As you can see, the door behind me is temporarily screwed in there. I mean, even the hinges are not recessed in to the jamb into the door properly. So I need to take it down, recess the door and the jamb with a router, and then while it's out, I'll do the undercoat and hopefully paint it as well. So here we go. Now the door is about 30 or 40 kilos, so it's quite heavy. I've got no one at the moment to help me out, but here I go. So no funny bits in this video. Well, it did happen. I'm hurt! Yeah, I should have actually used the gloves, but yeah, there's one thing I didn't notice, that I've got a screw to be used as a handle to close the door and so on. That just decided to scrape me. That's okay, I live. Okay, time to round it up. Time to round it up and then paint it. So that I can actually get nice recess for my door hinges, so the hinges actually are sitting inside and flush with the wood, whether on the door side or on the jamb side. The door that the first door I actually did go ahead and used hammer and chisel to chisel it out, which is okay, turned up okay. But it's not nice and tight as one would expect, because you know, each millimeter is quite important for the door, so that we can get the sealant when I put the door sill in. You know, there's no air gaps. So I went ahead and bought myself a trim router. Now it wasn't cheap. It was about $100 or so to buy it. Comes in a nice package with everything. I actually just opened it up. I don't even know what's inside it yet. But I thought, even though it's going to be used for maybe the 2 doors I'm going to install, like the 6 hinges, but I'm actually thinking maybe, I'm sure in the future I will require it as well. It's a nice tool to have. It took me about an hour to decide whether I should spend $100 or not on it, but in the end I decided to buy one, because even if I don't use it, if it's in a nice protective case, 20, 30 years from now, when I'm actually retired, you know, it might become handy. Or, you know, in case if I decide to build my own mixing desk here, or any carpentry work that I need to do which requires grooves. And one thing that came into mind, and that's when I actually decided that maybe I should spend $100, is when I'm creating my deflectors. Those are sound deflection panels, and basically they are very narrow boxes, and they've got slots of whole heap of slots of different sizes of sheet inside. So for them to slide in, it's very similar to you know, those wooden or plastic shelving where you can put your sheets of paper and then you can draw things out like a mail in and out things. It's a very similar concept. So the sound will go in, get deflected, and so on. So it's a great idea to put at the back of the studio, so sound hitting the back wall, we get deflected and less reflections of sound coming back in. So those sort of panels, when I'm going to create, I need to create grooves in the wooden outside panels for all these things, sheets of plywood to slide in. So this will become quite handy. So that's why I decided to buy one. So I'm just gonna, this is not a opening case of router thing, but you know, I thought I'll have a look. And again, I don't know what I'm doing, but hopefully it'll work out well. So that's a nice thing to, so in case you're routing at the edges of wood and things. So as I go along, I'm learning quite a bit of carpentry work here. And as I buy the products, the guys at the hardware shop are happy to help out and explain what's a good one, what's a bad one. I mean, you could buy these routers, you know, down, you know, $60–65 as well, but I thought I'll buy something a little bit better that might last me into my retirement. I don't know. We'll see how we go. Anyway. Nice. I'll just have to work it out. Ooh, instructions. Yeah. That's what I need. Time to go to work. Well, it looks like, even though I taken into consideration the depth of the head of the trimmer and added the thickness of the hinge, I still got a little bit out. It's not 100% accurate. Assuming it's because of the wood that I had in there a bit higher than I expected, but better be short than too far deep in. So I can use the chisel and a hammer to level it up, but I guess now I know I can readjust the other two to get the correct depth. So anyway, I'll let you know how I go. These are my plasterboard, Gyprock plasterboard panels. I ordered 6 of them and they have arrived. These are for the ceiling. You might have recalled that in my last video I did mention that I'll be getting the standard Gyprocks, not the acoustic ones. Well, I changed my mind. After thinking about it, I thought I'm only going to do this once. Might as well do it properly. Even if it's an overkill, trying to get 2 layers of 16mm thick Gyprocks on there, acoustic ones. Even though they are 3 times the price, nearly 3 times the price each panel. So I thought I'd bite the bullet. It might take me a little bit longer because each one of these panels are about $50 Australian. So they're not cheap. Comparing to the standard panel of the same size, the 10mm is about $16 or $17 or thereabouts, and about $20 for the 13mm. So as you can see, it's nearly 3 times the price per panel. So the cost of the double layering with standard Gyprock from $600-700 will jump up to $1,800 or thereabouts. So, but I thought, since I'm only going to do this once, I'll do it properly. Even if it's an overkill, doesn't matter, the better. But as I said, because of the cost involved, I need to budget about that. I'm already over budget, so I just got to wait until I've got enough money saved up to do the next layer. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to put the ceilings on the first layer, and then gonna order the wall ones and give it a try, because they're all going to be sealed anyway, so it's just going to be all finished up, but they won't have the putty on, obviously, because there's no need to. I'm going to give it a test and see how it is, and then put the second layer on later on. So so that we got my original plan of having 2 16mm acoustic drywalls or plasterboard or Gyprock. Damn, why do they have so many names? Everything's got multiple names. Damn it. It's so hard to keep it up. So anyway, so that's what is happening as well. So I have changed my mind, and I will be getting what's the best available that I can afford. Oh, one thing I should actually mention, these are heavy. They're massive. They're like, again, 30-40 kilos, probably more, because they're very dense panels. So to get them on the ceiling, there's no way 2 person can do it, let alone. You know, you need 3 people to just hold it up there, and then the 4th one to screw it in. So I searched and tried to find out the plasterboard lifters, and you know, this standard ones, or I should say, you know, industry standard ones, they're like $500-600 to purchase. It was far too expensive. And then I said maybe I could hire it, and it ended up about $100 a day. I said, well, that's going to be tough, because I may need it more than one day, because I'm alone and trying to put it up, and then I got to hire it again for another day to do the second layer, and so on. I thought, I'll have a quick look on eBay. Well, I could, and I found one for $140 plus the delivery, about $200 delivered here. It's not obviously a high quality thing, it's standard thing. As long as it does the job, I calculated, well, for the cost of hiring it for 2 days, it's going to cost me just as much as buying this. Plus, I'll be able to have it as long as I need. I don't need to rush in the day. If I do half in one day because I'm tired or I've got something else on, I can do the next day and next week or next month or whatever. And then once I've finished, if I don't need it, even if I sell it for $50, I still be better off, because someone else will be able to use it for their own small job if they're like me, or whatever. Even if I keep it, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I might come up with some ideas what I can do with it, but yeah, I thought it's cheaper to buy it off eBay, though it may not be the best quality, but as long as it does my panels up on the ceiling, it's going to be 12 panels all up. You give me a hand because I don't have anybody else. That's your beauty. You know, I thought I just mentioned that to you. So you got to do your research and find out what's available, what's there, and weigh out the goods and the bads, and see if you, even if it's cost you a little bit extra for the initially, but in the long run you might be better off. So there you go. Well, now it's time to go and put that door back. I've already done 2 coats of undercoat around the edges because it's already coated on both sides. And I've already, as you can see, as you've seen, I've already drilled the holes for the doorknob and the door lock and so on. So that trimmer does, it helps so much. It took me not long to actually get it thing, and a little bit of chiseling it out so it actually fits in nicely and it looks perfect, you know. Gee, but it is hard work. If you don't have the right tools, it is hard work. So I think it paid off. It paid off, certainly. And when I have to do the next door, it'd be much easier because I already have the experience in using that router, trimmer. Again, multiple names of the same tool. It's called trimmer, router, whatever. Yeah, so I better go and put the door in. Well, here is my poor man's second person help. You know, using some leverage there, leveling it out, putting some spacers at the bottom there, and now the door is in place. So one person. So yeah, that's how I put it in.